Have you ever wondered why some faceless YouTube videos can go viral and get millions of views while others struggle to get 100 views? Why, despite having an amazing video idea and a killer title and thumbnail, these videos just can't seem to get views? The answer isn't luck, no. The answer is one key strategy that most faceless YouTube channels fail to apply. But ever since I started applying this strategy to my own faceless YouTube channels, they grew exponentially. In January 2021, when a faceless channel of mine was doing okay with views, I implemented this strategy and the views immediately skyrocketed, peaking at 208,000 views in one day. I then took this same strategy to another channel and again, views immediately shot up to tens of thousands per day. Now, you might be thinking, dude, that was like 4 years ago. Well, yeah, since then YouTube has changed a lot, but this strategy still works today just as well as it did back then. It's used with faceless YouTube channels like Magnates Media, Allegia, and Body Hub that get millions and millions of views. And by the way, this channel that you're watching right now, while it's not a faceless YouTube channel, it uses this exact 5-step formula which has driven hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of views. Now, what exactly is this strategy? It's writing killer scripts for your videos so that viewers actually watch the whole thing. You see, viewer retention is one of the most important metrics when it comes to YouTube pushing your videos to more and more people, which then allows your videos to go viral. If viewers are just clicking and leaving, that signals to YouTube that your video isn't interesting enough to watch, and it will have a 0% chance of going viral. So I've combined my experience and hundreds of hours studying faceless YouTube channels into a 5-step formula to create scripts that will blow up your faceless YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to apply these 5 steps to your own faceless YouTube video scripts. So hit subscribe and let's get started with step number 1, the thumbnail title sync. This is something that 99% of faceless YouTube channels completely miss. I created a video that breaks this down entirely, but for the sake of time, what you need to know is that your title and thumbnail set the expectation for your audience. It's where your script starts. Because without a title and thumbnail that sync up 100% with the content of your script, then when people click on your video, they'll immediately click off, thinking, this isn't what I thought I was watching. But if your title and thumbnail match with the first 10 seconds of your script, then the viewer's expectations coming into the video are immediately verified and they'll continue watching the video. So it doesn't seem natural, but what you need to do is create the title and thumbnail before you even start writing the script. This way, you can ensure that the first 10 seconds of your script give the audience an immediate payoff, verifying their expectations. When you have your title and thumbnail created, you want to ask yourself, if I came across this title and thumbnail on YouTube, what would I expect? For example, if this was the title and thumbnail, well, I would answer the question by saying, I expect this video to be about the top 50 places to visit in the United States. Once you have a good thumbnail and title, and you clearly understand the expectations that viewers will have when they see your title and thumbnail, you're ready to move on to step number 2, the hook. The hook is how you begin your video. It's how you verify the viewer's expectations while giving the viewers a reason to keep watching. If you get this part wrong, no one will watch your video. But if you have an amazing hook, your retention graph will go from looking like this to looking like this. The best faceless YouTube channels use one of 2 styles of hook. The first is statement hook. This is when you begin your video with a statement that captivates and intrigues your audience. Here's a great example of how this can be done by a faceless YouTube channel digital income project.
Before you decide to start YouTube automation, you should know the unfiltered truth.
This statement captivates the audience, making them wonder, what is the unfiltered truth about YouTube automation? Have I been lied to from other videos that I've watched? It hooks them immediately, forcing them to keep watching the video. The other approach to your hook is what's called a question hook. This is where you start the video with a question that the viewer wants to know the answer to. For example, your hook could be, have you ever wondered how to reverse your biological age? Or for the video that we just looked at for step 1, it could be, do you really know the top 50 places to visit in the United States? Once you have a great hook, you're ready to move on to step 3, the intro. I created a video breaking down how to create a killer video intro, and I highly encourage you go check that out if you're serious about blowing up your faceless YouTube channel, but I am gonna give you the main points here. After you have your title and thumbnail, and a hook that provides an immediate payoff verifying the viewer's expectations, you will need to do 3 more things in your video intro. Provide context, present a curiosity gap, and exceed expectations. Let's start with providing context. To do this, there are a couple things that you could do. Briefly explain exactly what the viewer will get out of watching the video, share a relatable point or common problem that your video will address, or provide a brief background or personal story that establishes your credibility and sets the context for your advice or tutorial. Next, we need to present a curiosity gap. A curiosity gap is the distance between what your viewer currently knows and what they are curious to learn. This gap is what motivates them to continue watching your video. And last, we want to exceed expectations. How you can do this is by letting them know how much effort you put into your video, or offering something free to your viewers, or letting them know that you're qualified to be speaking on the topic of your video. Let's take a look at an intro to a Faceless YouTube video that checks off every single box that we've just discussed.
My Faceless Instagram accounts have generated over $500,000 in passive income. I started building Instagram accounts 2 years ago knowing almost nothing, and now have turned this into a profitable business that almost runs entirely on autopilot. If you follow the blueprint that I share with you today, there's no question in my mind that you'll have similar results and profits if you start today.
Once you've nailed the intro, it's time to move on to the body of your script. Now, if you get the body of your script wrong, there's no point in even trying steps 1 through 3 because your viewer won't even stick around to watch your video. And again, retention will tank. Then YouTube won't push your video and you get it. But I can tell you exactly how to get this part right. See, a script that makes it impossible for a viewer to stop watching comes down to a simple equation. Point of interest plus tension building. The point of interest has been established. It's why the viewers clicked on your video. It's what your intro assured the viewer they would see, but be careful that it's not yet revealed, because then the viewer has no reason to stick around and continue watching your video. So how you keep the viewer engaged and watching your video is by building tension throughout the script. When we look at a high-level overview of your script, it should look something like this. We've already discussed the intro. But then in the body, we have point 1, which should build a little bit of tension. Point 2, which builds a little bit more tension. Point 3, which builds even more tension, leading up to the reveal of the point of interest, which would be the climax, followed by the conclusion. So now you're probably wondering, how do I build tension throughout the script? Well, good question. There are 2 ways you can do this. The first way is to deliver the content in a list format. Think of videos that use the structure top 10x or 5 easy ways to do X. If the point of interest is strong enough, viewers will want to see each thing in the list, and so they will watch the content of your video longer. Even if they know steps 1 through 8, step 9 or step 10 might be the game changer that they're looking for. With this approach, simply listing out steps or points in your video isn't enough. No, how you present the points will determine if your viewer keeps watching. If you have a video on 5 things you need to prepare before vacation, you might start with tip number 1, prepare a list of things you need to pack. See, that's the wrong way to do it. If you just state the point up front, viewers will think that they know it all and they'll skip ahead, causing your retention graph to look like this. So instead, start with a story. Imagine you just got to your hotel in Hawaii and you realize you forgot a bathing suit. There's no store within 50 miles of you and you don't have a car. This makes the point more interesting and it keeps the viewers engaged until the end where you explain that's why you need to prepare a list of things to pack. And if your video doesn't involve a list format, then you want to still incorporate this tension buildup to different payouts throughout the script. So you can still incorporate a similar strategy that looks something like this. Again, we've already discussed the intro, but in the body of your script, you want to have either a story or a problem that leads to a small payoff, followed by another payoff, followed by another larger payoff, and then eventually the reveal of the main point of the video, followed by the conclusion. So let's see the body of a script in action for a video called How to Start a Successful Business.
When I started my first business, I knew nothing about business. So I failed over and over and over again. And after failing almost 10 times with different businesses, I finally found one that landed me a client. After 3 months of trying to get more clients, not only did I not get another client, but the one that I had landed left my business, leaving me once again making $0. So I started making TikToks about my business. After the 5th video I uploaded, my account went viral. All of a sudden, I went from 0 clients to hundreds wanting to work with me. The problem was that I knew nothing about how to handle hundreds of clients. I needed help before these clients completely lost interest in working with me. So I frantically started looking for a co-founder on Twitter. Weeks passed, and I could not find any help running my business. Until one day I walked into a Starbucks, started chatting with somebody, and he ended up being someone with operational experience. Days later, we teamed up, and now we're running a $100 million a year business. So to successfully build a business, you need to find something that people are willing to pay for, fail a lot, figure out how to market your product, find amazing partners, and you will succeed.
See, the body of every script is going to look a little bit different every time, but if you stick to this structure, you'll keep your viewers engaged throughout the entire video. Now, this brings us to step 5, the call to action. When people think of a call to action, they think of, hey, subscribe to my video, or hey, drop a like below. But realistically, that's not how the top faceless YouTube channels do it. To really make your faceless YouTube channel blow up, you need to understand something about YouTube. See, YouTube rewards channels that keep their viewers on the platform. Their goal is to keep viewers watching ads. That's how they make their money. So the way that you can help YouTube achieve this goal is by having a call to action at the end of your video, but not just any call to action, one that brings people to another video on your channel. So you'll want to recall another video on your channel. For instance, if your video is about personal finance, you might say, thanks for watching, but everything in this video is useless unless you have a significant amount of income. So make sure to check out this video to find the best side hustles to start in 2024 to increase your income. This keeps viewers on your channel and increases watch time, and the YouTube algorithm will reward your channel for it. You'll even notice that we do this in all of our videos. If you follow all 5 steps, you will be able to create compelling scripts that keep viewers engaged throughout the entire video. But even the best scripts won't get you any views if your video topic is one that no one's interested in watching. So how do you come up with faceless YouTube videos that are actually worth watching? Well, we spent months coming up with a foolproof process to find the best ideas for your faceless YouTube channel. And we've covered absolutely everything in this video. So if you don't want all your effort to go to waste and you actually want to see results, well, I highly encourage you check out this video next, where we show you exactly how to pick faceless YouTube video ideas that are guaranteed to get you views and increase your chances of going viral.